Welcome back. This is still Asonye Live, where we're discussing women, the FCT, and so much more, especially now that we're taking the conversation to the newly established FCT Civil Service Commission, which is in line with the provisions of the FCT Civil Service Commission Act 2018, which the President Bola Tinubu has approved its implementation. According to the FCT minister, it is this commission would manage employment, training, and discipline of FCT civil service, adding that it mirrors similar structures in state administration across the country. A lot of people have asked, with the peculiarity of the FCT, is it in fact necessary? Have we had the reforms necessary in the Federal Civil Service Commission, where it still has its problems, and will still bring the gender issue in all of this? Mina Horsfall is still here with us. Honorable, it's good to still have you here.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about this need for the Civil Service Commission. A lot of people are wondering, is it just another opportunity for another conduit pipe to get monies and siphon monies? Is it really necessary at this point of our development to implement this 2018 law?
When we actually have a lot of restructuring to do, rather. We have too many agencies, too many
parastatals, departments, and
a lot of them have actually failed woefully. EFCC and ICPC are not even, they can't even deal with the corruption, right?
They are overwhelmed.
Yeah. So all of this, well, if it's an opportunity to include more, politicians at the helms of our friends, okay, but it should be women. Well, it should be women. They should give it to women. If it's a way of including more of the indigents, then that's fair enough. Since they've actually been fighting to be a state, and I think they actually won that case in court, they should be recognized as a state. Probably that's the whole
hullabaloo around us.
Yeah. So I think maybe that's why, if the president have decided, what can we say? What have they actually done that has really helped this country? All they do is ban Binance and the rest. Is that the problem of the country?
I think I saw your post on that.
Yes. It's so clueless, like, for God's sake, these things are not the problem of this country. The Senate keep embarrassing us. Well, more like a laughing stock.
Globally, really.
And now, okay, FCT Civil Service Commission, will that help? If they feel it will help, fine, all well and good. Do I believe in it? So
we have come to be accepting these policies and the implementation.
I don't even know the kind of government we're in right now. It feels like it's autocratic, because they can actually do anything they want to do.
You feel like that, or you have given up hope so much so that you just shrug when you hear these policies and implementation? You're like, here we go again.
Because they don't even care whether we're okay with it or not. We don't even have a voice, unfortunately.
I don't think that's completely right. This is a government that has really listened to Nigerians. I mean, when you
after making
when you threaten to go on some strike, you're like, oh yeah.
How many times have we had strike in less than a year?
I refuse to. I refuse to take the statistics, but I'm sure Google, it will be on Google. However, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that at this point we are still recording strike actions or after strike actions, and it seems like this civil service doesn't seem to get its act right, because why sign MOUs and memorandums of action when you're not ready to implement it? And here we are opening up another kettle of canker worms with the implementation of others. Where can we let the poor man breathe?
The poor keeps getting poorer, and even the rich now are even getting poor in this time. The rate of dollar, the price of food right now. Mobility is a challenge, a huge challenge. And then tell me how children will go to school, parents will stay to send kids to school, to and fro. It's a lot of money, because everything now is expensive. From one stop to another. 100 naira and 200 naira is as good as useless, from what I heard. Right, because there's no point again that accepts 200, and everything is now from 300 and 400 and above, times 3 of the usual. So
So where are our women in all of this? They get the brunt of all the economic hardship. So where are our women? We're not hearing voices. There was such a time when the women move in their numbers against anything.
Yeah, to block
yeah,
the three arms.
So what's going on? It seems like we're all good with what's going on, and then
we're not, but the country is not even safe, so nobody wants to put themselves in harm's way. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of kidnapping going on. The insecurity, you know, it's telling on everyone so bad. A few colleagues of mine have been kidnapped, female, unfortunately. Women have been treated so bad. Even the security of women in the country cannot be assured as well.
The security of anyone. I mean, we're recording pupils.
And women
being
the attack on children too, in schools and all of it. So, and then you ask yourself, do you really want to fight? And for how long are you going to keep fighting about the same thing?
But they've always said it.
This is 2024.
Honorable, I mean, it's the woman. If a woman wants it right, she can get it right. Abductors, kidnappers, terrorists have mothers. Where are we failing in all of this? Is it that we no longer care?
There's hunger in the land.
It doesn't matter. Are the women happy with the circumstances we are at the moment?
We can't be. So everyone has just retreated into their room to pray to God, because as it is now, it feels like you just have to go spiritual and just talk to your maker.
I saw something that just made me chuckle. I mean, when it comes to Nigeria, we go spiritual with our solutions.
Start kabashing, because as it is, you feel like, what else can you do?
So why can't we simultaneously put action into this? Because I mean, if the president, who has a mother, who has a wife, who has sisters, has a daughter, or has daughters rather, so why can't we talk to that feminine side? You know, why are we quiet is just what I'm asking.
Well, I'm not going to say we're quiet, but who is just ready to lead, like go out there? Okay, we can, but then how many people are ready to go out with you? That's another thing.
And we should all be sad. I mean, Honorable, when you look at the many empowerment initiatives of governments to the women, their agriculture, their entrepreneurial, there are several sectors. We want the women in tech, we want the women in all of this, and you now see the output. What are the key performance indicators of all these many initiatives and billions are being budgeted for? And you look at the Nigerian girl child,
$500 million constituency project by each senator.
That's senior senators. That's another embarrassing, very embarrassing. Some people who have decided, I don't even know where, is this senior ranking? There used to be high ranking senators. Now there is a senior
ranking and junior. How does that even make sense?
I mean, we are all here to represent our constituencies. And the women are quiet.
Even inside politics, there's
politics. Which is fine if you are not changing the people for your personal gains. So why are the women quiet? How can we start a movement? Mina, you know, if you say job, I'll ask how high.
We don't buy new sneakers, buy shorts, t-shirt and face cap, and hit the road. I'm telling you,
to the street we go, because it's quite an unfortunate one. And then you just talked about inclusivity, and back to this issue of the FCT Civil Service Commission. Do you think the fact that there's a sparse number of women, it would affect output?
Yes, it will. It's not balanced. The table is not balanced. They won't get it right until they include women, and so we're asking for more women. We want the remaining appointments should go to women. They should reshuffle the cabinet and include more women in the cabinet. That's how they're going to get it right. It's always a husband and a wife. It's not a husband and a husband. It's a taboo. A husband and a husband is a taboo.
Of course.
A wife and a wife is a taboo.
Of course.
Yeah. So, I'm a Christian. It's a husband and a wife. That's how God ordained it.
Of course.
Right. So every cabinet, every table should be complete a husband and a wife. So it means the table has to have a man
and a
woman. So there should be men, there should be women to sit down and discuss. That is how they're going to get it right. Because women have so much to contribute in our society. We are the ones out there on a daily basis. We go to the market, we know the cost of things. Oh, you cannot buy meat 3K again. Oh, babe, a kilo of Titus fish now is 5,000 naira.
A carton of it is over 50,000.
It's madness, right? So we know. So we know how to help guide. We know how to help guide and make them understand. Maybe the men, because they don't go to the market and all, they don't understand. So we can tell them, hey, Father, it's not like this again. Oh, why don't you do it this way? The people, it's going to ease the people.
Right.
Because basically what we should be concerned about is alleviating poverty.
True.
Okay? So if we have to do that, then we have to come together as a team. There's nothing like, it shouldn't be a thing of gender. There should be no ego, right? It should be about humanity, right? Okay, my dear wife, how do we put this together? My dear daughter, how do we? So you are talking from your own angle, from your own generation. I am also bringing in my own input from my own generation, the Gen Z generation.
Exactly.
Okay, and together we will strive. If you at 60, 70, you're still giving us that mentality of leadership, right? Then include the young ones to also tell you that, okay, now there is X space, we can use X space to push this. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Of course.
The mother can also come and say, okay, this is how the women like it. Can a man actually go and talk to him? What do you want to tell the women?
You would never understand.
You would never understand.
You know, when a woman tells you, I was in labor and had to trek from this end to get to the nearest public health facility, you would not understand what
you have never been pregnant.
You would never understand that.
So you don't even understand.
So when you talk about menstrual hygiene and how you should ensure that the young girl child even gets the knowledge of it, you would not understand. So there are peculiarities.
Now costs a lot of money. Where are we headed?
This is already with the statistics of young girls in Nigeria who have for a long time now been unable to afford sanitary part. And I don't know, was it at the beginning of this year or last year when that statistics was released that we were 133 multi-dimensionally poor people. I cannot wait for the new statistics, or maybe they won't even bother and just say and give you a clear and say it's only certain politically exposed people like
so the women in the rural areas, how will they buy sanitary pad when they can't even feed?
And then the legislators will never understand. With the number of female legislators in the house, it's a lone voice. If you
because they keep talking about bigger projects, and you also have to come down to the grassroots to also understand, and you need the women to do, because women are the ones that we can carry basket of tubers of yam on our head and cross the sea, because we must take it home to our families to eat.
Yeah.
So we are the ones who can actually go down to the grassroots and let them understand.
Exactly. We have a senator representing the FCT as a woman. If you have to appraise her and the support she's gotten, what would you say? Not to put you on the spot, but I can't help myself.
Okay. She's doing okay. She's going to get better, but she can't speak alone. The representation is poor. So it's. I mean, there are times you want to speak and then you look around. How many women are there to support you to speak?
Exactly.
Right. But she did well. She bought over 2,000. I'm not going to say that's. But I mean, it's a start. Over 2,000 JAM forms for indigents.
Yes, so, I think I reported that some time ago.
Yeah, and I'm hoping she will do even more, and her media team should do even better to project, because I know she's actually doing some stuff and a lot of stuff basically, but I think the media attention on her is very poor. It's very poor. So if her media team can step up their game to project her and the works that she's doing for the people of the FCT, it will also help her a lot, because the next election is also at the corner, and she needs to be in the Senate. We need more women in the Senate, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, a couple of weeks back, we had about 4 women for all the wrong reasons in the news. It started with the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. That particular affairs had like 3. Desianis was in the news. There were 4 women. These are women who have been given this very limited opportunity to thrive and show the world that the women can do it. And when we come out, we are not as I don't want to say corrupt, fraudulent as the men. We are more nurturing. We stand for that which is right. We hope to hold. We know the role we play as a future shapers, generation shapers. 4 women in the news for the wrong reasons, and we got to now hear a lot of men justify the reason why you should not even give this gender. Now listen, you should not give this gender an opportunity. The small number they have, look at what they've done with it. So do you think it has really affected this drive for or advocacy for women in political positions, and why shouldn't they go there?
No, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. It was unfortunate that happened, but the men have done even worse.
They have. The
men have done even worse.
And that is why we kept saying women were going to do better.
Yeah, we're going to do better. I will never justify evil, gender or no gender. It's embarrassing, okay? A lot of people have been saying set up, foul play and all of those things. Whether or not, if you put yourself in that position to get caught in a setup or something, it's because you had the intention.
Right.
Okay, so it's sad.
It's really sad.
It's sad. And I don't want to believe that affected, because those positions were appointments. We are talking of electing women in politics, not just appointing them. Because when you appoint people, you really don't know about their capacity in leadership.
At no point did they give you their manifesto or blueprint.
Yes. It's more of compensation, like I said earlier. Then there's a problem. But electing people, the people have chosen them, have elected them because they trust and believe in their capacity. Desiani was also a minister. She wasn't an elected political office holder. You understand? So we should concentrate on women winning elections, being elected by their people to be in government. We've had the lowest in this republic. We've had the lowest. Yes. And yet it was in this particular one that it seemed like political parties were. We don't even have any female councillor.
No, we do not.
That's even at the grassroots. Wow. So it's a problem. So we have to start from there to nurture these women to take over, they should start from being councillors, to being chairmanship, vice chairmanship candidate. I think my state actually has the best when it comes to female representation in Rivers State. In Rivers State, we've always had female deputy governors.
Right.
We also have, in fact, Bonny, which is one of the biggest local governments, has a female. The local government chairman of Bonny is actually a beautiful woman. It's actually a woman, right? And so far she's doing good. There has been no scandal. Okay, and even my constituency in the Senate is being represented by a woman, actually, Dr. Palbo Harry. Yeah, it's a woman.
And she's doing really well.
So far, and before then, she was a deputy governor to Wike. Right.
I attended one of those.
There's one about you and my people, actually.
I cannot help myself.
Oh gosh, you.
River State.
So I cannot help myself. And she has done pretty well. Yes, there's been no scandal so far. That's why it's very important that they contest election and win election, because they are elected by their people. Then they know that, okay, you can't fail, because these people trusted you. That's why they elected you. They came out in their numbers to vote for you. they risked their lives to vote for it, because unfortunately that's what politics in this part is about. It's always dangerous.
Exactly.
So for you to even go out to vote, you're scared of your life.
That's true.
Right? So all of these are the factors. So instead of just appointing women, they should support women to win elections. That's what we're talking about. Women should win elections and represent their constituencies, represent the grassroots, represent their people,
okay,
and not just compensation.
So, Honorable, we're really running out of time. Moving forward, do you see the next cycle of election different, especially in the FCT? Do you think we've learned our lesson and will give more opportunities to women and put them in those places that will win elections, like you just said?
I hope so, because Wike is now the minister of FCT, and he was the governor of Rivers State. And when he was governor of Rivers State, he had women, right, in his cabinet. So I'm hoping as the minister of FCT, he will include women in the cabinet here in FCT. You know, I'm hoping he will do that the next time, if he's still going to be minister for FCT. I don't know.
Right. Thank you so much, Honorable Mina Horsfall, former AMAC chairperson candidate, and we've been discussing FCT and women inclusion. It's always nice to talk about women with you. And I see you sometimes trying to bite your words so that you don't see a certain way. We'll talk about that after the show, but this has been an interesting episode. My name is Joy.